Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Thank you for coming back to another episode of Scattered Brilliancy. My name is Travis, and I'm here to review Married at First Sight, Season 7, Episode 11. Three announcements. Number one, I'm under the weather, so if I sound stuffy, that's what that is. Number two, Florence is on the way. Okay, I'm in North Carolina. Florence is out there whipping and nay-naying, and she's about to cha-cha slide all up and through our state. So, hey, keep us in your thoughts. Number three, Married at First Sight decided they want to throw a little curveball at us and do an advertisement for a new show. During one of the commercial breaks, they hit us with Married at First Sight, Honeymoon Island. And I'm like, Honeymoon Island? What is this? So I go up and look what Honeymoon Island is, and I have the press release. I said that like they sent it exclusively to me. So it says, Married at First Sight, Honeymoon Island, new 8-episode series that follows a group of singles looking for love on an exotic island will premiere Tuesday, October 23rd at 10 p.m. The following week, Married at First Sight, Happily Ever After. The new 8-episode series that follows the lives of 3 happily married couples from past seasons of the franchise will premiere Tuesday, October 30th at 10 p.m. Married at First Sight, Honeymoon Island moves to its regular 9 p.m. time slot that day. So in October, I don't know, I can't imagine that this season will still be going on into October, because the Honeymoon Island is going to be at 9, and then Happily Ever After is going to be at 10. No, the show comes on at 9. So yeah, okay. So that's interesting. I think that's a really interesting move. Clearly they're taking like a cue from TLC with the whole 90 Day Fiance thing and trying to do some spinoffs to try to gain some more attention. And I'm pretty sure Honeymoon Island will be interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and say now, I'll be watching and reviewing Married at First Sight, Honeymoon Island. I will be watching Married at First Sight, Happily Ever After. I'm going to wait to see how the show goes before I say I'm going to review it. I have not watched 90 Day Fiance yet. The episodes are long, and it comes on a Sunday night, and I just can't do that on a Sunday night. So, and then the other thing with Married at First Sight, Happily Ever After, it said it's going to follow 3 happily married couples who decided to stay married. They said it like they got a whole bunch of couples to pick from. All y'all had was like 3 couples to stay together. So me and my wife were like, okay, so obviously Shawnice and Jephte are going to be on there. Ashley and Anthony, obviously both of those couples are like pregnant or just had a baby. And the third couple probably like one of those couples from the early seasons. So anyway, during tonight's episode, they meet with Dr. Pepper. One of the things that she wanted them to do was to swap phones, to work on the whole trust thing. And the couples also all met up for a cooking class. And during the cooking class, I'm just gonna do this part and then go to the individual couples. During the cooking part, Amber brought up another insecurity that she had about being insecure about cooking, and it's just like, girl, I'm tired of your insecurities. I mean, I really am. She was worried about how Dave was gonna think about her cooking ability. Hey, boo, Dave already knows you can't cook, so you're not surprising him. Mia caught a towel on fire, and it just made me feel like, Mia, like, yo, you black, huh? You ain't see soul food? You ain't see soul food? When Mama Joe told the grandson, don't you put the towel on the stove, and then he did it later in the movie and it caught the house on fire. Like, you ain't see soul food? You ain't black. Mia's not black and she didn't see soul food. And clearly she didn't see soul food. That's why that towel caught on fire. In the words of Mama Joe, you can take a finger and point it at someone, but you take them 5 fingers and you ball them up into a fist, and you can strike a mighty blow. And I feel like that's what this episode was trying to do, but every time it swung, it missed me, because the episode was, what? Say it with me, boring. All right, so we're going to do things a little differently tonight. We're going to start with Tremia, because they were the least interesting of the night. And so for Tremia, Mia is excited about moving to Houston. Thank you to all those who corrected me, including my wife, that I had everything backwards about Tristan wanted to take her to Dallas from Houston when they're going to Houston from Dallas. They decided that they were not going to swap phones. And, well, they said they were going to go through each other's phones. And that was pretty much it. Nothing really happened interesting with Tremia tonight. They were kind of, boring. What was that? Boring. Moving on to Damber. She got upset about something early in the episode, and she threw some socks at him. I missed what she was exactly upset about, but they talked about that with Dr. Pepper. Did I say that Dr. Pepper met with all the couples? Because if I didn't, she did. Yeah, she threw some socks at him, and I wrote down that she said she's okay with it, but would rather not. I don't know what that was about. I don't remember what that was in reference to. Anyway, at some point or another, in regards to the whole phone swapping thing, they decided as well that they weren't going to do the phone swapping thing because they felt like they trusted each other. Amber talked about the fact that Dave is probably like the most trustworthy guy she's ever been with, and Dave said that could be problematic because, you know, that is a sign of the kind of guys that you are attracted to, and clearly Dave is not that, you know. He made a comment also about wanting to take some trips before they started having kids. And of course, you know, that put Amber in the mood, as does everything, because Amber feels like she's getting old and decrepit and her eggs, you know, are not going to last. And I know that is a thing that women are concerned about. The biological clock is real. But, you know, women are having children later in life. So, you know, it is possible. But that made her feel some kind of way. You know, he said that she already struggles with stress and lack of sleep. So he's just thinking that it's only going to get worse because Amber made some comment about, like, she couldn't wait for the children to be 5 years old, as if she wanted to kind of skip the whole baby stage. But he said he's looking forward to that. So I don't remember what my prediction was for them, but I predicted they would not be together. I predict that Tremia will choose to stay married, but then they're going to eventually get a divorce. And on to the most interesting couple of the night. Like, who would have ever thought when we started reviewing this show together that Babel would be the most interesting couple on any episode? But I guess the producers have been watching my reviews, and they realized they got to add some more content in there for Babel because it was all about them tonight. So when Dr. Pepper met with them, she wanted them to go do the Tantra. And the Tantra is spiritual enlightenment through sex. Amber is into this, not Amber, Daniela's into this thing called fostering dogs, and I don't care to look it up or Google what that means, but I'm going to assume that means you see a dog on the side of the street and you just go pick the dog up and you take it home. You know, that's not from me. I'm not picking up no dogs on the side of the street. But what's his name? Bobby has been doing a lot of poop duty. He's been cleaning up a lot of poop from this new foster, and I think I'm noticing something that a lot of y'all have been talking about in the comments, that she doesn't do anything. And Bobby, okay, so Amber's excuse for, her name's not Amber, her name is Danielle. Danielle's excuse for not doing much with the foster is that wherever it is that they're living is extremely far from her job. She says she spends 3 hours driving a day, which I guess is like an hour and a half to and from work. That's a lot. That's a lot of driving. So he's been picking up the slack for these new dogs, and he's been cleaning up diarrhea. But I feel like in the future, Bobby is going to start to resent Amber for the amount of stuff that he's doing for her, because it does not seem like it's reciprocated in any kind of way. And you know, like I said, y'all pointed that out in the comments, and I'm starting to see what y'all were talking about regarding their dynamic. And I think it is going to pose an issue, because I think they've been painted as such a perfect couple up until this point. But I think that was more so just laying the foundation, because things are about to blow up with them, or at least, you know, hopefully they'll blow up with them to give them some more spark. But that was pretty much it as far as their conversation with Dr. Pepper outside of the Tantra. And he says that he's happy to, you know, doing all of that extra stuff. He says he's, you know, he wants to make an effort to make his wife happy. Whatever it's going to take, wherever it's going to take to make his wife happy, he's going to do it. If that means he's cleaning up poop, that means, you know, his life is good, according to him. And I think that he's in that pleasing mode, but I think that that's going to get old pretty soon. That's what I think. So they go to the Tantra class, and the lady, the tantrologist, she was talking about these classes can last 3 hours. And I was just like, God, who wants to do that? So she talked about, I'm going to mark this video as for mature audiences only, you know. But she talked about bringing orgasms into every aspect of life. And I was just thinking, like, man, if I had to do that, I don't think I could function if I had to bring them into every aspect of my life. Like, I just could not imagine just driving down 85 and just don't do that on camera, Travis. That would just be so inappropriate. Let me bring it back. But I could not imagine having one of those, like, in every, like, you have it while you walking, you have it while you talking. They're nice and all, but I don't think I want them all the time. But anyway, let me get back focused. So during the Tantra class, she has them sit real close. They sit pelvic to pelvic. So, like, these his legs and her legs are, like, in his like this. So they sitting like that so that they pelvic energies can send Morse code to each other. So they can go. So that's why they have them. Because, see, I know all about the Tantra. I know all about it. So she has them sit real close. Real close. So their energies and their chakras can align. That's what it's all about. It's all about your chakras aligning. And she had them think about the most arousing thing that's happened to you. And she said, Bobby, I want you to take your hand. I want you to lay it right here on her chest. And I want you to take your other hand and I want you to put it on the back and I want you to yank her ponytail. I feel like all of those kinds of things happened, but they just edited it out because it was too intense for TV. But I felt like they... the room looked moist. It looked moist. It looked like there were juices. Can I say that? Is that inappropriate? It looked like there was juices in the room. Bobby seemed to really be enjoying himself. How do you know? Because he was pink. Bobby was pink. He was fully pink, you know. I'm pretty sure they both had to go take a wash up after this was all said and done. But anyway, they did the phone swap and kind of looked through each other's stuff. He had pictures of the dogs, which made her feel like he really was interested in her fostering. And then at some point at the end of the episode, he told her that he loved her, and she was just like... So, don't really know what that was about. Don't know if that was editing or if she really just doesn't want to tell him that she loves him. But I guess, you know, we'll find that out later. So, you know, the episode, it was interesting seeing some interesting things for Babel, but because everybody else was boring. So, you know, but the episode overall, you know, still boring, but, you know, it was bearable boring. But y'all already know what to do. Rate, comment, subscribe if you have not already. Let me know what y'all think about Married at First Sight, Honeymoon Island, and Happily Ever After. Are they biting TLC? I think so, but y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode and these upcoming series. And I'm pretty sure I'm definitely gonna do Honeymoon Island, and I'll probably do Happily Ever After just because they're both only 8 episodes. So yeah, y'all let me know what you think, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.